So to add the profile picture, we have an option to either upload it from the computer or import it from a website. If you're going to take it from a website, then you'll need to give it the address of the actual picture on the website, not just the website, but actually the address of the picture. Not really going to cover that here. We're going to assume that you're going to take it from your computer using an image that you created earlier on using Pixlr. So we're going to select Upload from Computer. And I'm going to find the image I used before, I created earlier. Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to open that. Okay, so there we go. Now we have the profile picture. And I can now click Next to move to the next step. And here in the next step we can provide some basic information. So if we had a website, then I could just put in a website in here as well. I mean, I'm making this up at the moment, so I'm not actually going to. This may be a real website, but I'm in no way affiliated to them. So I can put in an address, or information. Whatever you like, really. Now, you probably want to put a reasonable amount, maybe not War and Peace, but certainly, put in a paragraph or two to give people an idea of what you're all about, and also some of that information will appear on the front page as well. So we can now click on Save Info. That's what I say. Now all of this you can update, so you can change your profile picture, you can update your about information, you can change all of that. The one thing you can't change once you've done it is the next step. So this is where, instead of you having, like used to be the case, you'd have facebook.com/page/ the name you had plus lots of numbers. You can now get a very nice URL called a vanity URL, which means that you can advertise on marketing material as facebook.com/ whatever you like. So in this situation, Tour Guides London. Now, I'm not going to use Tour Guides London just because, as I say, this is a example. I wouldn't want to. Once I've used it, nobody else could use it ever. So I'm just going to pick up something. Maybe I'm going to say Tour Guides London on Mars or something like that, just that hopefully that's unlike anybody else to do that. So now that is now going to be the URL for this particular page. Okay, so now I can set this. Now you could skip this step. I mean, all the steps you could skip. You always come back to them later on, and you could always go and add this later on if you're not quite sure. But generally, if you're going to be setting up this sort of URL, then it should be similar to what your page name is. But your page name can be different. So, for example, in this situation, as you can see, the page name is Tour Guides London, but actually I can create this as something completely different if I wanted to. I'm not quite sure why you would, but you might find that it's already in use. If it's already in use, then you've got to think of something else you can add on the end of it so that it becomes more unique. So now I'm going to click Set Address. Okay, so now that is now set. Now if we're going to look at the top here, you can see we've got slash, If I actually get rid of this bit at the end here, just so you can see, if I just go to that address, then I get the page up. Now, everything at the top here, I'll just hide that a minute. That is only things that you will see as the administrator or anybody else you add as administrator. It's not seen by anybody else. So we can click that, we can see it, or we can just hide it out of the way for now. So the next thing which really we need to do, which kind of makes our page complete, as it were, is to add a cover page. And we do that just by this little button here. Okay. So once we click on that, we can add a cover. Now, as you can see, it gives you a bit of disclaimer, which I did mention on the creation of the cover picture in an earlier video. Basically, you're not supposed to use this for promotions, coupons, advertising. It should really just be, it can be text-based. It shouldn't be primarily text-based or anybody's copyright. So generally, they like to use a photo. There's certainly nothing that says you can't use it as branding. So certainly, if you wanted to, you could put your logo and that sort of thing up there. But it shouldn't really be offering anything or selling anything. So we just click OK to agree to that. Now we get to we can either choose from photos already uploaded, or we can upload a photo. Now, because it's a specific size, you could add a photo, but you don't necessarily know how it's going to appear. So generally it's a good idea to have one prepared. So we're going to upload one we prepared earlier. Okay, this is one that was created in an earlier video. We're going to upload that. Okay. So now we can. Now this one is the actual size, so there is no. I can't actually drag it to reposition it because it's already the specific size, which is the best way to do it. If it was a bigger picture, then you'd be able to move it around. You'd be able to resize, move it around just to give you position it how you want it. I'm just going to save that now. Okay, so now we've got our profile photo and cover photo. And as was mentioned in an earlier video, but if you haven't watched that one, when you are thinking about setting up your cover, then do think about what's going to be going on in this area, because your profile picture does overlap. And if you want to change it, again, you could always change it to something else in the future. Maybe you wanted something different each month, or if there's some special occasion or something, you might want to actually change it, or change it seasonally, however you'd like to do it. But certainly the option is available to do that. I mean, there is pretty much your Facebook page is set up. You've got a URL you can give to your potential clients, friends, family, etc. You've got your profile picture, you've got your cover picture, you've got some of your information that's in there that you can see. You can add in more details about hours and that sort of thing. And you can start posting. So we'll just do a quick. Okay, so simple as that. If you want to upload a photo, a status, then we'll do that. Now what we're actually going to do, we're going to come back to another video on actually updating your Facebook page. So for now, we'll leave it at that as far as how you create your own Facebook page.